The new iPhone 16 Pro Max is here in the studio, unboxed in the new Desert Titanium color. I've spent over 48 hours with this phone by the time you're watching this video, and I've come up with 5 things that stood out to me, good and bad, that I wanted to talk about today. Changes in design, camera control, the new ultra-wide lens, battery life, and Apple Intelligence. First, let's start with the changes to the design. First, my thoughts on the new Desert Titanium color. Oh man, I'm very torn with this. In the renders, it looked more gold, which is why I initially bought it. But in real life, it is a lot more faint on the back panel. In most lighting conditions, it looks like a very light sandy color, which is fine. Like, it doesn't look bad, but I just don't love this color. I did get my hands on a white titanium 16 Pro, and if I could do it over again, I would go with the white for the Pro Max as well. Like, it's hands down the most luxury looking color in my opinion. As for the size of the Pro Max, like, this is Apple's largest iPhone that they've ever made, clocking in at 6.9 inches diagonally. It's a big phone, but I'm all for it. I love using larger phones. It's just easier to accomplish productive tasks on them in my opinion. It's why I love phones like the Z Fold 6 from Samsung so much. If you pay attention to the bezels of the display, they are even thinner than last year. Here's a comparison between the iPhone 14 Pro and 16 Pro Max bezel thickness. It makes the 14 Pro look almost ancient, like it's kind of hilarious. Just using this phone day to day, I still notice the thinness of the bezels, by the way. Like, it just makes everything on this phone look very immersive because it practically feels like it's all screen and no borders on the iPhone. The biggest change though comes in the form of a new high-tech button Apple likes to call camera control. With a single press, it will launch the camera app, and if you press again, it'll take a photo, and if you hold it down, it'll take a video, but if you let go, the video stops. Okay, that's a little weird. If you lightly press once, you get access to zoom, so you can zoom in and out physically with the sliding of the button. And if you double tap twice, you get access to a large menu of camera customizations that you can tinker with to get the look that you're going for. If I'm going to be completely honest, I've had the new iPhone since the day before it came out from Apple, which is about almost 4 days now, and I'm still not sold on camera control. Like, when you're holding your phone vertically, it's just uncomfortable to use, especially with the Pro Max. I will say, like, it is better horizontally to use, but how many of us actually shoot horizontal content these days off their phones, except for YouTube creators and amateur filmmakers? So probably not a lot of people. Like, I still need to spend more time with this kind of maneuver here, but upfront, it feels like I'm forcing myself to use it more than it actually is useful for my day-to-day use. But who knows, like, that could change, we'll see. Just be sure to subscribe below so you don't miss my iPhone content and updated opinions on the channel as I keep testing these phones. Staying on the course of the cameras, specifically the ultra-wide lens, it's a brand new lens at 48 megapixels on the 16 Pro and Pro Max. To my eyes, it looks like a much better ultra-wide camera than last year during the day. Just take a look at these photos. They come out very crispy, they look professional. My will to use the ultra-wide lens has definitely increased with this generation, as I was never really a fan of it still, even from last year's 15 Pro Max. I still have more to test with its nighttime performance, which is where I had a lot of my grievances with the ultra-wide lens in past iPhones, but at the moment, things look like they have improved to me. Okay, let's talk about battery life. It's incredible on the 16 Pro Max. Apple has been quoted to say we should expect about 4 more hours of video playback time, and it's true. It feels that way. This thing lasts forever. Apple claims the 16 Pro Max to be the longest battery life iPhone of all time, and my experience does not conflict with this statement. I'm also surprised how good the standby time is when the phone isn't being used. I could go a few hours without touching it, and the battery is still at the same percentage or just a notch below. So if you are in need of an upgrade, battery life on this alone makes it worth it in my opinion. A dead phone is a useless phone, as I like to say, making battery life the most important factor for me and I presume a lot of people looking to upgrade. Before we keep going, I want to thank ESR for partnering with me on this video and sending over over a few of their latest MagSafe accessories for the iPhone 16 lineup. First up is their exclusive set of MagSafe stash stand cases. These cases really shine because of the unlimited MagSafe use. The unique stand design lets you use MagSafe accessories while keeping the stand functional, unlike other cases where you have to choose between one or the other. Plus, the ultra-thin back panel allows for faster charging. ESR's own tests show MagSafe charging on an iPhone 15 Pro Max is at least 30 minutes faster compared to other brands. Next is the ESR 3-in-1 MagSafe charger with G2 and CryoBoost. This is a faster, more affordable alternative to Apple's MagSafe charger, fully charging your iPhone 15 Pro Max in just 2 hours. It also charges an Apple Watch Series 9 and up from 0 to 75% in just 70 minutes, 50% faster than other non-Apple certified products. On top of that, it keeps your phone cool for faster charging with ESR's patented CryoBoost cooling technology, ensuring consistent performance, which I can attest to, like it works really well. Finally, the ESR MagSafe car charger with G2 uses the same CryoBoost tech mentioned earlier to keep your phone cool while driving. It offers a strong magnetic grip and delivers the fastest 15-watt MagSafe car charging available, keeping you powered up on the road at all times. So if you want to pick up these accessories to get started with your new iPhone 16, check out the link below to purchase them today. Okay, so I need to update my thoughts a little bit when it comes to Apple Intelligence for 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max. I gave Apple a bit of a hard time because it doesn't come out of the box. All the best features Apple has introduced aren't coming until later in the life cycle of this phone, starting in October, with no proposed end date for anything else. I guess sometime in 2025. But some things have changed actually, because Apple Intelligence is now available outside of the developer beta, so anyone in the public who buys the new iPhone 16 can now opt in to install the iOS 18.1 public beta, which gives everyone access to Apple Intelligence features like writing tools, cleanup in photos, and reduced interruptions focus mode. All of these features work okay, like cleanup in my photos to remove unwanted objects was decent, albeit if you zoom in, you can sometimes clearly see the AI artifacts or just doesn't really do a good job. When you press and hold for Siri, you get a new glowing animation, which does look really cool, and it's able to better understand what we're asking, even if we do stumble upon our words. We can also type to Siri now instead of having to talk to it directly, which is nice. And you can also now record phone calls, and it actually works surprisingly well.
As you can hear right now, this is me talking on another phone while this iPhone is actually recording my voice. So you can see how good the call recording actually is. And it's also able to record your voice in the call too. So this is my voice from the phone that I'm calling from, that I'm also recording from. Like, it's very cool.
All in all, these features work. Like, I think people will get some use out of them, but the really good stuff like Siri on-screen awareness and personal context, ChatGPT integration, image playground, Genmoji, visual intelligence, all of the best isn't coming until later this year or even deep into 2025, which is just really disappointing for a lot of the iPhone 16 buyers. Overall, the past few days of using the 16 Pro Max in Desert Titanium has been good. I am iffy on this color, but I love the thinner and larger display. Camera control is still very weird and odd for me right now. The ultra-wide lens is much better, battery life is awesome, and Apple Intelligence is sort of here in a very limited capacity via a public beta preview to the official beta in October. Very interesting times. I think if you need an answer from me right now, which a lot of people do, anyone with the 14 or 13 Pro and below, I've seen enough here to recommend an update, even with the best stuff yet to come. If you own a 15 Pro or Pro Max, I'd say you'd really need to want those extra camera quality of life improvements to make the change. Otherwise, I would just stick with the phone that you have, because it also does actually support Apple Intelligence, which is really the big reason to buy these phones in the first place, even if it's not all here yet. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment hashtag I made it if you did finish this video, and click the video right here to watch my latest unboxing of the iPhone 16 in teal and the 16 Pro in white titanium. It's a fun video. I think you guys will enjoy it, but I'll talk to all of you guys in the next one. Peace.